there is a philosophies in India which evolve from time to time. So Kashmir's unique contribution to the world spiritual philosophy or the spiritual world is its contribution in the form of Kashmir Shaivism, or which is also known as Trika. Trika means three in the Sanskrit. So it says that the unity, the absolute supreme God, or what we call, there's no concept of God, but absolute who is there. So the absolute forms three phases. One phase is known as Shiva, the other is Shakti, the third is Nara. So from Shiva to Nara, Shiva, Shakti, and Nara, they are all the same. The only thing is that the Shiva descends through Shakti in the form of Nara, that is, we all human beings, all creation. And this Nara, because of his forgetfulness, has not realized his or her potential that they are basically the Shiva. So the transformation has to come from the Nara to again regain its intrinsic nature, that is Shiva. So this is the philosophy which Kashmir gave to it, and this is unparalleled because we call it also as a non-dualist. So there is no difference between the Shiva and Nara in terms of on the phenomenon in terms of real value. But then we have to realize our own self and attain that truth. So this is done. There's a process how you do it. Then there's the treatises, then the methods and technology. I mean techniques how to regain your being. So this is the journey which Kashmiri philosophers have given to the world.
Okay, that's interesting. But how can we carry it forward, or how can youngsters, be interested in Kashmir Shaivism? Do we need to change how we educate, or make it in different forms? I don't know what we need to do so that youngsters can benefit from this philosophy.
So this is a very relevant question as many people are asking how to connect it. The fundamental philosophy of Kashmir Shaivism is that there is nothing which is unreal. Everything is real. You don't have to reject anything. If you are living in the world, this is the reality. The Lord Shiva has created this universe. So nothing is a Maya. There is no illusion. So you have to be part of
nothing is Maya.
Nothing is Maya. Kashmiri Shaivism says Maya is a part of Lord Shiva. It helps him in creating this universe. So Maya is subservient. So Lord Shiva creates this world so that you explore yourself, you explore your potential, you explore your Godhead, you explore your reality. So it is nothing unreal in this world. So nothing is to be rejected. This reality is the part which teaches is in the part of a Kashmir Shaiva Darshan. Kashmir Shaiva Darshan in terms of techniques of meditation. For example, we in the yoga we have the Patanjali's Yoga Sutras where he has given 100 odd treatises how to connect. Okay, do this Hatha Yoga, do this kind of pranayam, do this. But Kashmir Shaivism, there is a discourse between Shiva and Parvati where the Parvati asks certain questions to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva replies in the form of techniques. So those techniques they are called as Vijnana Bhairav Tantra. So in Vijnana Bhairav there are 112 techniques where Lord Shiva tells Parvati how to connect. So for example, there is one technique. Okay, if you are it's not suitable to you, okay, go to next technique, go to third technique. So keep on doing any of one will one day strike to you. So there that is a technical part of it that how to evolve. So that is a
So
in that technical part I want to emphasize there is an importance of santoor or importance of string music because in 74th technique Lord Shiva tells Parvati that the resonance of the string instruments takes the sadhak, takes the aspirants to the to its own realization. So that is why when you play string instrument, you get mesmerized. Oh, this is something. It looks sound fantastic. So nothing is rejected. So that's why everything is accepted. You have to accept in the life the summum bonum of Kashmir Shaiva Darshan is whatever you are or wherever you are, you have to excel, you have to perfect, and nothing has to be rejected.
So when you said, that it's basically Santoor is also related to this, and when you said just once. So you mentioned about those 100 and 101 or whatever number.
112.
So in Shaivism, when some like there are people like you who know Shaivism. So do you guys know all those techniques? Do they teach all these techniques? Whoever teaches the Shaivism?
See, a right aspirant, there are certain treatises, there are certain concepts given. So one has to keep on going. It's a self journey. There are certain gurus are there who will tell you, okay, this is a technique, try this one. Okay, if you are not able to do this way. But nowadays, most of the people who go through these texts, there is a supreme guidance in itself. So when you go through it, okay, you will read something, okay, you will see, okay, this one is not connecting to me. You will automatically go to the next one and then to next one, to next one. So it's an ongoing journey. So it's not necessary somebody will come and guide you. Yeah, it's a self-teaching exercise.
Any basic technique you would like to give to our viewers? You know, jo, like somebody who is very new and he wants to explore something. Any basic technique?
Basic fundamental is your acceptance in the Lord Shiva. The moment you surrender to the Lord Shiva, there is nothing beyond that. Everything will flow automatically. Things will get unfolded. You will get every realization. So Shiva and Shakti is one only. So don't say that I am not referring to Shakti. They are one and the same thing. There are two parts of the same coin. In fact, they are the same thing. So just surrender. And I'm sure the things, if you have a tremendous devotion, you have a tremendous desire to learn this, there's no power which will deny you that rightful guidance.
So, but because this is a self-realization or self-journey, you know, which Shaivism leads us to, wouldn't it be then always by the time people are 40, 50, they feel like, you know, they know no enough, they can delve into it rather than early in the years, unless unless the family is like that? Because I'm thinking, isn't it the stage in life that's when we feel like, you know, knowing ourselves more rather than early in the years?
Rashmiji, this is, I think,
It depends.
the right answer should be that it should come from your early childhood, because Shaivism does not ask you to reject anything. Shaivism is telling you to become a dynamic person. Means whatever you do, you are studying, excel in it. Because you are you are a good dancer, excel in that. So that is a tribute to you towards the Lord Shiva. That is a tribute towards the creation. You don't have to reject anything. So when a children in the the young age, learn that you have to excel in everything. So this is the Shaivism. So Shaivism says you have to excel. You don't have to reject anything. You have to become a perfectionist. If not perfectionist, at least you have to make an attempt. So whatever you do, you have to become good in that. You don't have to
Okay.
reject. You have to accept every human being as your own extended self. You have to give respect to your parents. You have to give respect to the society, nation. So this is how Shaivism will evolve. Shaivism is saying that we are part and parcel of the same consciousness. That is what I say, Shiva, Shakti, Nara, the Trika which says. So we are basically at the third stage, which is Nara. So we have to reach to the Shivahood through Shakti. So we don't have to reject anything. So nothing is rejected. In fact, the more we bring it to the among the youngsters and tell them that this is how you have to evolve, I'm sure the much of the discord which is presently across the globe, the honesty which is lacking, the discords, the quarrels, the fights, the wars, this will all dissipate.
Sunil ji, that's a very good point. You said that, you know, children can start from very young age to implement or adopt to these, you know, techniques of Shaivism, which, you know, focus on excelling in whatever they are doing. So I think that thought of, you know, when we'll be old, we will do all that self-realization has to change, or we have to have a paradigm shift of thinking about when we should actually go into these practices.
See, the whole emphasis of Kashmiri Shaivism is to have a holistic lifestyle, a holistic being, a person or an individual who can be beneficial to himself, who can be beneficial to his family, who can contribute to the society, to the nation, and to the larger human corpus. So the emphasis is first to start on your own, improve yourself. There are certain deficiencies, how to overcome it, how to realize that how can we benefit or how we can give something to the society at large. So when we understand that what we are doing is not only for me, but it is for my family, for my society, for the country, for the humanity, then naturally something higher thoughts evolves in you, a higher motivation gets within yourself, so that your work or your day-to-day life or activities gets a larger acceptability. It gets benefited to the larger humanity. So the emphasis is to make it all encompassing, make it on a larger scale. so that your learning also becomes a learning for everybody. So youngsters can learn. For example, I said everything in Shaiva Darshan is to accept it. So nothing is to be rejected. So the emphasis is naturally to how to evolve, make it a better lifestyle, remove those negative thoughts from your body mind, which is harmful, which are toxic, and see how we can on a larger human canvas, on a larger human values, how we can contribute to the humanity.
So do
So
you
when
think what all techniques like dhyan and all we should inculcate in kids from childhood? Like I think we were discussing offline, you were saying even that like Shaivism doesn't believe in dhyan and all.
see, Shaivism has the beautiful part of the Kashmir Shaivism. It does not enforce you. Okay, do this only. If you do this only, then you will realize this. So dhyan, of course, dhyan has its own value, but we say, okay, whatever you do with awareness. Do with awareness. Okay, karo ki jo aap kar rahe ho, you are doing. What are you? Give it a whole thought. So get aware into it. The same technologies later, I mean, same thought concept came to other part of the country, like Rajni says, Swami Ramana Maharishi said, Sri Aurobindo said. So they all emphasize what Kashmiri Shaivism is already saying. Awareness. Whatever you do with awareness. When you think something with awareness, you will not forget anything. You will give your whole body, mind, spirit, gives complete concentration to that particular work. So you get aware. So in during this awareness, slowly and steadily the awakening happens.
Okay, but then should I know we have kind of we are out of Kashmir, but ideally it would have been that if in the schools we had a particular curriculum or extra, like we teach Sanskrit, we had a lesson for this as well, so that it is a holistic approach because that's what schools want for their children to excel in whatever they are doing.
See, the Kashmiri Shaivism can be, first of all, since you are the mothers and successful ladies, once you start understanding the basic percepts of it, naturally in day-to-day life, you will impart a deeper meaning of it to your children. But I tell you honestly, Kashmiri Pandits are the living examples of Kashmiri Shaivism. Though they don't know they are doing it. For example, we do Shivratri Puja. You ladies put dejur. What is dejur? Dejur is part of a yantra, which is a explanation that the union of Shiva and Shakti, it gives you a womanhood a greater power. So these are all parts of Kashmiri Shaivism. When a lady gets married or a groom and the bride are put on the view, when you put that colored view, what is that? That is again a part of a ritualistic part of Kashmiri Shaivism. Shivratri Puja, which we do at the home, that is also part of a ritualistic puja, because these are allegorical representations, so that one day you understand the deeper meaning and get connected to that supreme being. So at day-to-day life we do it, but we don't know that it is reality. So it is this which connects to the deeper meaning of Kashmiri Shaivism. So the key is there, but you don't know how to open the door.
So I think what you are saying is the way our old ancient people, they had already incorporated it in our day-to-day life, that we lived this, but we didn't even know. That's how we should adopt these things, that they happen without conscious realization also, that we are just doing them as part of day-to-day life.
Yes,
that's what makes I think.
Yes, it's true that over the years, because there were a lot of turmoils, so our ancestors understood that if we give them the detailed thing, people may not be able to receive it or be receptive to these understanding. So they made certain rituals, so that one day when you will go there, you will answer why we are doing this. Once you think that why we are doing it, you will go into that detailing, and once you reach to that detail, you will understand the whole phenomena. For example, in Shivratri, you pray to Shivlinga at that time, Swachanda Bhairav. So what is that Swachanda Bhairav? So when you go to that Swachanda Bhairav, you realize there is a Swachanda Bhairav Tantra. When you understand that Tantra is there, then you will understand the phenomena, the kind of a text, why we are doing all this, and what is the science behind it. So On the ritualistic part, they kept it simple so that in future time, maybe a generation will come and they will explore it more, go in deeper, and then they will find out the real
Yeah,
answer.
so that's
So,
Sunilji, our intention basically. So the main intention of this Divine Valley was to explore all these temples, explore all these rituals. So maybe next time we might explore a few of these rituals, because like the new generation, they want to know what is exact meaning, what is the relevance, why we're doing it. I mean, till our generation, we have been doing it, we have been following, but next generation is not like that. They won't follow things blindly. So they need to know. Maybe we'll have to do a few more sessions with you, or we can highlight those few things. And one more thing I just wanted to check, maybe just conscious of time as well, is that like all these like for people like us who are completely new to Shivism, like you said, though we are practicing few things unknowingly, but is there anywhere we can at least learn the basics, or do we have to go to the guru and the ashram like Swamiji's? Is there anything online or anything wherein we can learn the basics? Like there might be many people who are very curious to learn the basics at least.
see, Pooja, it's a very important question you have asked. Yes, of course, with the help of technology, Swami Lakshman Ju's many recordings have been put on the website. There is a certain groups on the Facebook as well. So you can access those, or there's a website, Ishwar Ashram Trust. You can download those recordings, what he has said. Apart from that, you should also, as I said, the first important is that your devotion to understand, learn it. Once that is there, the passion, the love, the respect for your ancient heritage, legacy, philosophy, things will slowly and steadily come to you. Then there are certain masters, presently means scholar like Makalal Kukluija, Motilal Pandit is there, lot of books are there. You start reading, at least do, Swami Lakshmanju used to say, keep on doing something. So once you do something, something will happen, and something will strike you, you may ask some questions. And then there, naturally the answers will come.
Okay. So it's, but I think
We'll have lots of questions. It's never ending.
yeah, it's a
But
quite
yeah,
vast
I know
topic.
it's vast, and we are like, yeah, we want to know more. But
Is there anything you would like to add from your and Sunilji on
Yes,
this
yes,
topic for our viewers, or any message or anything which you have gained or you think people should follow?
So the important message which I say is that the when I interact with a lot of Indian scholars, saints, and all that, whatever they teach or preach, they value Kashmir Shaivism so much. So the ancient, we have given Kashmiri Pandits or Kashmiri scholars have given so much contribution in the history of India that it's immense. That is why they respect you. Means grammar, Patanjali, Panini, Abhinavagupta, poetry, Utpaladeva, Anandavardhan, even ragas. Carnatic music has a 280 some odd ragas which was given by Kashmiri Sharangdev. So we have contributed in every sphere of Indian history, Indian theology, Indian philosophy, music, dance, drama. So our new generation needs to know it. There is nothing. It's not that we are scholars or are ancient people were unaware. They were respected. That is why from south to east to west, everybody used to respect Kashmir and Kashmiri people. So this is because of that only we are now also respected as a Kashmiri Pandit. So what I request is keep aware, keep yourself. Sometimes give a thought that at least in a month I read something about the history of Kashmir. I read something about philosophy. I read something about the culture of Kashmir. I read something about rituals of Kashmir. Give it a time. In a month, make sure that at least in a year you read at least 2 to 3 books on Kashmir. Once you start reading, start rediscovering your roots, naturally you will feel how glorious you are, how much work your forefathers have done, which is unnoticed and which needs to be brought before the world.
Okay. Thank you so much for giving
much.
us just the periphery of Shivism, but I'm sure we will need more, interactions to delve deep into it. But thank you so much for
Thank you so much.
your time.